When you are ready, do a count so that everybody.
Please react to this court proceedings.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the media, I think Can we have some quiet, please? Are we going to start all over? Ladies and gentlemen of the media and members of the public, I think it's very necessary that we make very clear what happened in court today. We do not want to call it a travesty of justice because of the respect we had for the judiciary, but we are utterly disappointed that today bail was refused. On what grounds? The Supreme Court on 15 December criticized very severely the revocation of Nnamdi Kanu's bail in several pages, which we are going to make available to the media. At pages 19, 20, and 21 of Justice Agem's judgment, he even suggested that the impartiality of the trial court in revoking Nnamdi Kanu's bail is suspect. We didn't mind all of that, but still we made an application, a fresh application, to my Lord, urging her to exercise discretion to restore Nnamdi Kanu's bail. She refused it without any reason whatsoever. And then we made a second application to accentuate the need for this bail application, pointing to the enormous challenges we face as defense counsel in consulting with Nnamdi Kanu privately and confidentially at the detention facility of the DSS headquarters in Abuja. We are only allowed 30 minutes each as counsel on only Mondays and Thursdays for a cumulative period of 2 hours, twice a week, to consult with him separately. And the federal government is feasting to have an accelerated trial. Yes, we too want an accelerated trial, but we have to have it under an environment that respects Section 36, sub 6, B and C of the Nigerian Constitution. It's all about fair hearing. It goes to the ground norm. It goes to the basic norms of the society that you must hear the other side. And to hear the other side, he has to have an adequate facility to prepare his defense and to consult with his lawyers. It's the Constitution that said it. It's not us that said it. So we came to my Lord with an application and said, listen, it's impossible for us to conduct this trial under this atmosphere of interference with his right to counsel. They eavesdrop on our conversations. In the little cubicle room of 10 by 10 where we consult with Nnamdi Kanu, they have secret listening devices and secret photographic and videographic devices. They listen to our conversations secretly, they take our secret photographs, and we adduced this evidence before my Lord. They confiscate our legal documents. They don't allow us to take notes. Pray. You may be lay men and lay women. The general public may not be lawyers, but is this fair? How can you have trial under circumstances like this? It's not possible. So we're not stalling. It is the federal government that is stalling. We can't take notes. So what is the essence of it? We cannot prepare him adequately. We cannot talk with him. We whisper. We put our lips to his ear. We talk sotto voce, and so on and so forth. So this is the essence. This is what happened in court today, where justice was turned upside down when our 2 applications that go to fair hearing were refused. But we are going to bounce back. There are more applications to come.
Are you going to appeal on this ground?
Yeah, definitely. Appeal is ongoing as I speak. Today, by tomorrow, appeal is filed.
Okay, excuse me. Please, in addition to that,
Umahia North, Umahia South. Take a one name Woko, Ramoana no Chitanya, Nnamdi Kanu. Well, Igbo is allowed, is a constitutional language. I can speak Igbo in the chamber of the National Assembly. But however, let me speak in English. It's very sad, like my brother said, that there are 2 separate rules, one for other Nigerians and one for the Igbo man. Nigeria appears to still be in distrust and uncomfortable with the Igbo man. And all the Igbo man wants is, full development and aspirational goals for all persons, regardless of, ethnicity, religion, or gender. we're very saddened about today. Like my brother said, this is a great, a unique opportunity that has been missed, that would have been the basis for peace and reconciliation in the Southeast. All the agitations that are happening in the Southeast, all the crime and criminality, banditry, kidnapping that are happening in the Southeast is because of the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of people are using his name to commit all these crimes and criminality. The peace in the Southeast, or peace in Nigeria, cannot go anywhere without the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. The government cannot miss this opportunity, but we are very optimistic that by the next hearing, as the judge said, that one, he will be granted bail. He hasn't committed any crime in this country that will continue to warrant his illegal detention. So we are calling on the government of President Ahmed Tinubu to do the right thing and not be held hostage like the former President Buhari did because of his own personal bias against the Igbos and against Nnamdi Kanu. So I'm calling on all Igbos, wherever they are, to remain calm. This man will walk away free one day to the glory of God. Thank you.
The way he's been treated as a former presidential candidate and as a traditional, the president of a traditional authority, I am saying it is about time that the young man is allowed to go home, because allowing him to go home cannot cause any more problem. The way it is, I am optimistic and I'm hopeful that in no distant time he will get full bail. But going by the directives of the court is neither, because the judge refused to take him to Kuje prison, and they said there are other places that he can be taken to. So it's like halfway home, and we believe it's going to be done, and to the glory of God, and to peace in Nigeria and the Southeast. We thank all of you. Thanks. Godson Okoye, former presidential candidate.
What happened today is an act of Federal High Court overruling the decision of a Supreme Court. I wanted to get it right, because the Supreme Court said Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that the court ought not have revoked that bail on the application of the violator of his right, that is the federal government. You cannot benefit from your own wrong. And we thought that the Supreme Court would have exercised its power under Section 6 of the Constitution to make a consequential order directing that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. But they directed that the trial should be continued here, and we should make an application. Of course, we ought not have made any application. Court should have exercised his power discretionary and released Nnamdi Kanu. That they never did. Then, secondly, which is the most fundamental, I have been going there to visit Nnamdi Kanu. They never allow me to exercise my right as counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. And my right was violated. I took DSSS to Federal High Court. Federal High Court warned DSSS, ordered them to apologize to me, and ordered that they should pay me 5 million naira for close to 2 years now. They have not paid that money, and though I just allow it, that's why I have not enforced it, because 70% is running on top of it. Nobody has appealed against it. So now we filed the same application before the court. It's in the court file, asking my lord to prove that we are not free. Where court has even taken judicial notice of that, but all to no avail. Now the court said that we should apply, since we cannot transfer Nnamdi Kanu to Kuje prison, stating that there is no security at Kuje prison, so that we are now applying that Nnamdi Kanu should be detained, should be remanded in a private house, and we are suggesting Abia State Government House or Abia State Liaison Office. So that is the application. So that is it. Yes.
Now, I must tell us something. What happened today in this court is almost like an opportunity lost to bring peace, immediate peace, to the Southeast. The Supreme Court had given the Federal High Court the opportunity to bring peace to the Southeast. And unfortunately, they are toying with that opportunity given to them by the Supreme Court. All that the Federal High Court need was to go back to the ruling of the Supreme Court and follow it and give back the bill it had previously withdrawn. And then you will see absolute peace in the Southeast. But with what happened today, it's obvious that certain persons don't want that peace to return to the Southeast. And we are imploring members of the public to please continue to interrogate
the reason why the Supreme Court judgment of 15 December 2023 will not be complied with by a federal high court.
Yes.
We need a federal high court to simply obey the orders of the superior court. A court, look, you did not employ the judges of the Supreme Court for the sake of employing them. Whatever word they utter from their mouth touches on something fundamental. And in this case, in other circumstance, what is fundamental is Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. You have no reason to have revoked his bail. Restore it. And the federal court is kind of toying and playing around with it, thereby continuing to create the chaos in the southeast, thereby continuing to make the federal government waste money. Do you know how much the federal government is spending every day Nnamdi Kanu case coming? They told us they spend 500 million naira. Somebody is signing off that check. Somebody is signing it off.
Yes.
Who is signing off? Who is making money from it? Extra allowances are being paid to all the security men who are in Abuja because of Nnamdi Kanu.
It's your money.
Wait, and we have been saying the case of Nnamdi Kanu is not such that we need to spend scarce resources on. The federal government is crying about money. They don't have money, but they have all the money to pay all the security agencies. If you go outside, not less than 1,000 security agencies are on patrol in Abuja because of one single man. And tomorrow they will tell us they don't have money to pay salary of workers. So we need them to be reasonable. We need them to do the right thing. We need them to do the proper thing. Thank you.
Federal constituency, Honorable Obiagocha, after me, he will make his comment, and leaders of the opposition political parties who are also here, led by Gosin and our traditional ruler. I personally received the news of the rejection of the bail application with sadness. It was unnecessary. We lost an opportunity to commence the process of healing in our land. That bail application would have opened the door of opportunity that would have brought stability in our place and opened door for conversation to resolve all issues that have led us to this point. And it's so painful that this is coming at a time that few weeks ago, the federal government, on its own, in exercise of its constitutional power, discontinued the trump-up criminal charges filed against Sowore, the Attorney General, in exercising those powers under Section 174. And we're also aware that the same federal government has allowed Sunday Igbo also back home, where he's with his people. So it's so painful that whenever it has to do with an Igbo man, there is different interpretations and different reasons for you to keeping the person in detention. So that is why we say it's so painful. And as a federal lawmaker, I'm calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to allow the moment to pass him by. That what the president should do is to invoke the powers given to him and the Attorney General in particular under Section 174, 1C of the Constitution to discontinue these charges that have been filed against Nnamdi Kanu. And if you go by Section 174C, that this can be discontinued on basis of justice and public interest. It is in public interest and it is in interest of justice that the federal government discontinues this trial. And it's also painful for us that this bail application was rejected, but we hope that President Muhammad Buhari should take the moment and discontinue this trial. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should discontinue this trial. And I'll let my brother, Honorable Obiagocha, who is representing Nnamdi Kanu at the House of Representatives, to make his comment and gossip.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us the ongoing killings in the East in the name of IPOB? What is your stand on that?
Anybody involved in any form of violence or insecurity in the Southeast in the name of IPOB is a gunner, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you. And there'll be peace in the East, not just Southeast. Everywhere in the East, if not the entire South. Huh?